We need to talk about that video Meghan just posted of Archie and Harry skiing down a mountain, or at least, that's what she claims. But before we get to the footage, and trust me, we are getting to the footage, there are 3 things happening right now around the Australia trip that you need to hear first. Welcome back, my royalery. So while Meghan is out here posting skiing videos and buying sea monkeys for Easter baskets, yes, sea monkeys, welcome to the lifestyle brand, behind the scenes, things are reportedly a lot less cozy at Montecito Manor. Because according to multiple insiders, the Duke of Sausages is absolutely furious about what Meghan is doing in Australia. And I don't mean quietly disappointed furious. I mean fuming. Here's the story. The Sausages are heading to Australia mid-April, their first trip down under since the 2018 Royal Tour. Harry is giving a keynote at a mental health summit in Melbourne. Fine. That tracks. That's his lane. But Meghan is headlining something called the Her Best Life Retreat in Sydney. A 3-day luxury wellness weekend at the Intercontinental Coogee Beach. Tickets start at $1,900 US. VIP, over $2,200. For that price, you get a twin-share room, meaning you're bunking with a stranger, a gala dinner, and a group photo with the Duchess of Sausages. Now, according to Radar Online, Harry sees this as, and I'm paraphrasing here, a tasteless money grab that risks sending entirely the wrong message. And honestly, for once, I think the gingerbread might have a point. Because this trip was supposed to be about philanthropy and reconciliation. Harry has been trying to inch his way back toward the royal family. And here comes Meghan, turning their Australian return into a paid meet and greet. It's like showing up to a funeral in a food truck. But here's what makes this even worse. Remember that petition. Over 35,000 Australians signed a petition demanding that NO taxpayer money go towards security or logistics for this trip. 35,000 people said, if you're coming as private citizens, pay for it yourselves. And the Sausages spokesperson fired back, calling the petition ridiculous and confirming the trip is privately funded. Fine. Great. But then you turn around and charge people $2,000 for a photo op? That's not philanthropy. That's not even a business trip. That's a celebrity appearance at a podcast event run by a woman whose talent agency went into liquidation, owing over $500,000 to the Australian tax office. Let that sink in. The organizer is $500,000 in debt. The hotel pool is still under construction. The beach below has been battling a pollution crisis for 2 years, actual balls of human waste washing up on shore. And they want $2,000 a ticket for the privilege of sitting at a table near Meghan. Keno. But the Australia drama is just the appetizer, because a brand new book just dropped a bombshell about Meghan that goes all the way back to September 2022. Tom Bower, who has been one of the most thorough chroniclers of the Sausages saga, just released a new biography called Betrayal, Power, Deceit and the Fight for the Future of the Royal Family. And in it, he makes a claim that I think confirms what a lot of us suspected for a long time. He says Meghan was desperate to be at Queen Elizabeth's deathbed. Not because she loved the Queen. Not because she wanted to say goodbye. But because she wanted the photo. According to Bower, Meghan had refused every single invitation to visit Balmoral during the Queen's lifetime. Every one. Never went. Wasn't interested. But the moment the Queen was dying, suddenly Meghan had to be there. And the reason, according to Bower, is devastating in its simplicity. She wanted to show that she was as important as Catherine. That's the quote. She wanted to prove she was part of the family. She wanted the historic photos. She wanted to be seen. Everything, Bower says, was motivated by one agenda: her own fame and importance. Now, we know what happened next. Then Prince Charles called Harry and said no. Meghan was not welcome. And this is significant. Charles told Harry that since Meghan had refused the Queen's invitations to Balmoral during her lifetime, she was unwelcome at her death. And to soften the blow, he added that Catherine wasn't coming either, so Meghan wasn't being singled out. But Catherine wasn't coming because she was picking up her 3 children from their first day at a new school. That's not the same thing, is it? And here's where it gets really telling. Harry's own words in Spare confirm the conversation, though of course he framed it differently. He wrote that Charles didn't want her, and that his reasons were nonsensical and disrespectful. But then Harry himself reveals that the moment Charles said Catherine wasn't coming, Harry backed down. His own words, "Then that's all you needed to say." So even Harry, in his own telling, in his own book, with his own spin, admits that the only thing that calmed him down was hearing that Catherine wouldn't be there either. Which tells you everything. The competition with Catherine was real. It wasn't a media fabrication. It wasn't tabloid gossip. Harry himself confirmed it. And Bauer goes even further. He claims that an establishment figure told the Queen that Meghan believed she should have been the next Queen. After Charles, not Catherine. That she thought she was more intelligent, more attractive, harder working. The delusion is breathtaking when you put it on paper. Now, speaking of delusion, let's talk about how that Australian retreat is actually going. Because for an event that was supposedly sold out, there's an awful lot of begging happening behind the scenes. Multiple people on Reddit have come forward with emails from the retreat organizers. And these emails are chef's kiss. One woman's husband signed her up as a joke early on. She's been getting contacted repeatedly, weeks after the supposed sellout, asking when she plans to purchase her ticket. The email from the organizer's assistant says, and I'm paraphrasing, "We've had an overwhelming response, and some emails may have ended up in junk folders." Then it gives her a 48-hour deadline. That deadline passes. Nothing happens. Then another email arrives days later, this time offering to let her bring a friend. That's not overwhelming demand. That is the opposite of overwhelming demand. That is whelming. That is underwhelming. That is calling people who showed a flicker of interest and begging them to fill a room of 300. And remember, this is for an event where Meghan is only showing up on the second night for a quick chat and Q&A. The rest of the time, you're doing yoga, meditating, and staring at a construction site where the infinity pool is supposed to be. The social media reaction has been brutal. People are pointing out that the organizers first tried to create artificial scarcity, claiming they had thousands of applications, and needed to be very thoughtful about who they could offer places to. Then weeks later, they're emailing randos asking them to bring a +1. You can't have it both ways. You can't say we had thousands of applications and also be pestering people to buy tickets 2 weeks before the event. That math doesn't work. And the Australians are not buying it. Multiple people have pointed out that at over $1,500 a night for a twin-share room, meaning you're sharing with a stranger, during a cost of living crisis, this was always going to be a tough sell. Australians tend to be pretty direct. If something doesn't resonate, they simply don't show up. And right now, they're not showing up. All right. Now let's talk about that video. I promised you we'd get here, and here we are. Meghan posted a clip on Instagram of what she claims is Harry and Archie skiing down a mountain. Caption, "My boys. Quick learner, Archie. So proud. Cute. Heartwarming. And full of questions." First question, who is recording this? Because the footage shows two figures, a tall one and a small one, skiing down a wide, empty slope. The camera is following them from behind, relatively smoothly, while also skiing. Now, unless Meghan has secretly become an expert skier who can hold a steady shot while carving down a mountain at speed, and nothing in her public history suggests athleticism is her strong suit, someone else is filming this. Which means either there's a third person that we're not being told about, or the camera is mounted on something. Either way, the framing of "my boys" and the implication that this is an intimate family moment doesn't quite match the production reality. Second, I actually want to give credit where it's due here. This is a video of Archie, not Lilibet. Archie, the kid who has been virtually invisible for years while Lilibet gets all the Instagram appearances, the as ever brand content, the flower-arranging cameos. Archie has been socially neglected in the sausage PR strategy for so long that people have genuinely questioned whether he's okay. So yes, it's nice to see Archie doing something, even if we can barely see him. And that brings us to the third question, and this is the one that ties everything together. How do we actually know that's Harry and Archie? Think about it. Two figures in full ski gear, filmed from behind, at a distance, on an empty mountain. No faces visible. No identifying features. No location tagged. It could be anyone. It could be a ski instructor and a random kid. It could be stock footage from a resort website. Now, I'm not saying it is fake. But I am saying that when you are Meghan, someone who has been caught staging moments before, someone whose brand depends on carefully curated glimpses of a life that may or may not match reality, you don't get the benefit of the doubt anymore. And here's the spicy take. What if Gingerbread is fuming not just about the Australia retreat, but because Meghan is posting content of his kids on Instagram to distract from the pre-fumble? Because the timing is awfully convenient. Bad press about tickets not selling. Drop a cute kid video. Works every time. Or at least, it used to. So let's put it all together. Harry is reportedly furious about the money grab in Australia. A new book confirms Meghan wanted the Queen's deathbed as a photo op. The retreat can't fill 300 seats. And suddenly, out of nowhere, here comes a skiing video that nobody can verify. Posted on the same day the ticket scandal blows up. Pattern recognition, my roguies. That's what we do here. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.